Oh no, let's get into it. Let's see what you can do.
All right, chat. Wish me luck.
All right.
Gonna be going with
Oh, you didn't even
difficulty.
count me in. Jeez. Whew.
Oh dear. Oh.
No, it's fine. I think we're a little behind on the split, but splits are going to be manually done by me.
A little bit slow on that 1-1.
Yep.
But
well, that's because you're going for the ground pound strat instead of the grapple.
Admittedly, I haven't spent too much time trying to optimize that.
It's a half second, right? It's not
yeah.
massive. The grapple is just like it's.
Oh, this is bad already.
No, you're fine.
Oh dear.
The grapple is more so, just your ability to control Sami, right? If you can do the grapple and pull back so that you're controlling his height, like I think that's an indication that you know what you're doing pretty early on, even in just the very first level, to be able to manipulate your movement like that.
I like all the boosts you kind of get from this level, kind of going just a little bit over the edge.
Yep.
Getting that extra speed to travel along.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm seeing gold splits all the way at the moment. You know, it's all good stuff.
Ooh,
even hitting the ground pound boost. Nice, I like it.
Oh, what am I doing?
I think you, grappled a little bit too early, so you made that angle a little bit tougher for yourself. But that's alright, you're recovering. I have to ask, do you ever change like the zoom on the camera at all, or do anything like that? Oh, you've hit the curb.
The zoom on the camera, I can't say that I do.
You keep it at default the whole way? Oh my god, even hitting the ground pound there, that's crazy.
I have practiced some things.
Yep.
All right, good old 1-5.
Oh, catching it, you're good. Not making the same mistake that I keep making of rushing this one.
Yeah, take it nice and easy.
I need to remind myself not to go too... Oh, first challenge. We're going for proper 1-6? Oh, we are. I can already see it.
And try that again.
Just, work on the camera lineup if you can. Try to make sure that you're going horizontally.
Not gonna make it.
Helps the lineup as much as you can. That's a good lineup. Probably just needed the grapple jump. Needed to hold the jump a little less. So that Sami's nice and close to the ground when you do the ground pound. This looks good. That looks really good.
Spot. Oh, no,
close.
Just missed it.
You had it. You definitely had it there. That looked good. So even that looked pretty good.
Yet.
If the camera angle was perfect there, I think that would have been spot on. That's a good one. That should make it. Nice.
There we go.
Good stuff. Look, you are probably losing a little bit of time there compared to the easier strats, but you've done a 1-6. You.
It's the sort of thing I just want to keep practicing.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, I'm very stubborn about learning the strat early on as well. Like, if you know you're going to be using it, then I don't mind killing some time early on in your splits and going for it properly. I mean, I'm doing the splits for you tonight, so these won't be official splits for you anyways. I'm assuming you've got your splitter running in the background, actually. You don't actually need that ground pound there. You can make that distance without the ground pound.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Saves you a little bit of time. Not substantial, but... yeah, that jump angle just works out well enough.
And on to this with the very interesting skip over here. It's got to be like one of the largest amount, well, the greatest, I suppose, hitbox of any egg in the game.
There are a couple like that. Yeah. I think there's one in World 5, which you can abuse a little bit as well. But there aren't many checkpoints where you're triggering it from underneath to do something wacky like that.
This level in particular took me ages to get right. And the thing I was missing was I didn't realize that the closer you were to the ground, when you ground pounded, the higher you would go
Yes,
vertically.
very important for that stage. So you need the speed, so giving yourself enough of a run up, and then you also need to time the jump and the ground pound. If you want to avoid the death here, do the camera movement before you start moving as Sammy. Makes it more consistent for me. I find if you try to do it all in one smooth motion, you open yourself up to dying too often. And a death is like, 5 seconds loss compared to the half second you would save otherwise. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, that was nice.
What the heck?
Excellent. Very proud of that one, actually.
You're using controller, yeah?
Usually they go, yep.
That's nutty. I can't believe you hit that angle. I can't do that. That's a stage where I need to do like really careful lineups in order to get everything to feel smooth. Ooh, a little alternative strat here. Okay, you've lost a little bit of speed, but enough to make the jump. That's all good. Taking that wide.
I didn't. Yeah, I might have taken that a little bit wide.
Yeah, I'm
go back to see exactly how you're meant to do it more optimally.
Yeah, I'm just surprised at a couple of the little movement decisions you made there, I suppose. No ground pound here, surprising as well, but that actually
that'd be another optimization.
Might be easier, to be honest. Like, I don't think you lose much time doing a grapple compared to a ground pound.
No, oh, that's devastating. I thought I was on.
It happens.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, I've gotten your split too soon. It's fine, I can take it back.
I'm thinking I'll just go for the regular 3 bullets this time, rather than trying to do anything too fancy.
Oh, it's RNG, right? You can always try to do the routing.
Okay, we'll take that.
Very kind of him on the first one, anyways. The problem with doing the, like, waiting out every missile cycle is you do open yourself up to bad RNG in between cycles more.
Yep.
But to that same extent, if you had the bad RNG, you were probably losing a whole bunch of time from the missile disappearing as well, right? Like,
yeah, like that second missile wasn't nearly as kind to me as that first one was.
Yeah, I think you just needed to focus on your positioning to trace the missile, but...
Here we go.
I don't know. He moves randomly, it's tough, right? Oh, I've done your split way too late.
Oh, dear.
It's fun.
This one is a little bit finicky. Have to get the angle just right.
It is finicky, and you need to...
Just like that.
That was perfect. Well done.
Woo.
You have to be careful not to do the grapple too soon, because you end up not giving yourself enough airtime to get on top of the actual arc, or arch, rather. I can't believe you're going for the main strat. This is wild. If you nail this, I'll be in awe. Oh, no. Very close. May have been possible to save that, but reset is also respectable in that situation, because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, right? A little bit to the left. Yep. Yeah, sometimes the mummies despawn and sometimes they don't. I don't know why.
Yeah, this level definitely does take me some attempts to get right.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've spoken about it before. You get basically 2 attempts at this strategy before you start bleeding time, compared to the safer strat. Like, it's 15 seconds. You want to go for it if you're going to run the category seriously. I think probably if you're just playing casually, maybe going for this strat is a bit too advanced, to be honest.
It's, yeah, going for both of these bounces. It's just very precise, easy to mess up.
Yeah. Well, the positioning on this one is so incredibly precise, right? So I don't know. If you were going to continue doing runs just to improve your time a little bit, I would probably learn the older strat.
There we go.
Well done. Because, yeah, you've spent 2 minutes on that stage for a 15-second completion when the old strat's 30 seconds,
Yeah.
right? It's, yeah. But even I'm not consistent on that strat. Like, it's one you
It's
need
super tricky.
when you're going for world record splits, I suppose. And it's fancy. Like, I'm going to be doing it on Sunday just because I think it looks cool. And I want to do all of the proper strats. I don't want to do safe strats for a live event. I think that takes away some of the fun.
Yeah, certainly. Does that also include the 4-13 cheeky skip?
I'll do 4-13. I'll see how I'm feeling about 4-14 at the time, but that's probably one that I would skip under normal circumstances. Just because I think that level looks really impressive already, so taking away from it by mucking around with a skip that may not work for multiple attempts, it makes it look like an awkward finish.
So I haven't quite nailed this down, but this is kind of like my approach.
Perfect.
It always feels super close
Yeah.
to hitting the bottom there, but managed to land it.
You do need to rely on a small amount of coyote time on that jump, and just sort of getting enough momentum, I suppose. There's not a lot of space to move. It's actually quite similar to this one. Like cactus jump, you need the momentum, right? So you need to make sure that you're preserving some speed into this jump. Delaying the jump for as long as possible. Perfect cactus jump, well done. Ray would be proud.
I actually can't believe I made that. That's always a bit of a 50-50 my practice runs.
That's a good time. It's not bad. Look, I like what I'm seeing so far. I feel like we're doing well here. I might need to turn you up a little bit, I'm just thinking.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know.
Okay, let's just get across. Oh, a little bit too far out there.
I don't know, if there's anyone in chat, they're just lurking at the moment, so they can tell me if they need.
How do I nail the cactus jump when I'm struggling with this? Oh my goodness. There we go.
I think this is one that you can actually do with the double ground pound. I've seen that as an alternative strat.
Oh, really?
Instead of doing the grapples, you can do double ground pound and then grapple jump, and then you'll just hit the lip. God, even doing the more advanced version of this.
Oh no. Yep, there we go. Okay.
Oh, you're even going for that as well.
Dear.
This is crazy.
Well, I mean, I meant what I said when I mentioned that I just took a look at your any % records and just went for those strats.
I do think it's worth looking at my older strats in places as well, though, because there is optimization that's happened before for sure, but those are optimizations that have happened after I've figured out what's safe and what I can push.
Yeah, I think learning the 2-2 backup is something I absolutely need to do.
Yeah, well, if you look at my first world record run, that's probably a good indication of where the strats were at for that, I suppose. Been a lot of optimizations in the time since, but it's a very good starting point, I suppose. I like that ground pound. That looked fast. I might have to go back and yoink that one. That second ground pound not as good, but
yeah, we win some, we lose some.
It's interesting to me.
Oh
no, that's a death. That is a death. It is interesting to me how you move the camera, I suppose. Like when
Yeah,
you
well, see-
decide to move it.
I need to start using the bumper bars more.
Yes.
Because at the
yeah.
moment, I have a habit of only using the right analog stick.
It's
And so that means
Yeah.
I'm fairly limited in when I can actually move.
I do think it feels very natural once you get used to it, but I think you actually do need to practice. Oh, I didn't hit the split in time. You do need to actually practice your camera movement as well as your character movement, which is interesting.
Ah, missed it.
Moving the camera is half the battle with this, though. Like, figuring out your routing and where you want your camera to be to help you achieve it is part of the
I've been
battle.
seeing that. Okay, not too bad. Hate this section with the cannonballs.
Yeah, you're going in a little bit blind if you don't know the cycle. Well, you slowed down. I feel like you could have jumped across.
Yeah, just a little bit too scared with these critters on the minecart tracks.
Oh dear.
A little bit slow on reaching the owl, but we'll take it.
It's not too bad.
Okay, cool.
See, that's an example of like a little... Oh, you're
Oi.
in trouble here.
Okay.
Little
no, that's
micro
fine.
adjustment on the movement that I do. You had to do
Nice.
a pull-up on the ledge there after that grapple jump. So when I do the grapple jump,
Yep.
I hold away from the wall to get a little bit extra height so that I don't ever
Ah.
trigger the pull-up animation. Like it's stuff like that that you wouldn't think of that makes a difference in how you move. This is clean, but that pull-up has screwed you, I think.
That's unfortunate.
Another example where you, like if you pulled away there, that would have been perfect. Ooh, no, we
Okay,
got it,
cool.
we got it.
Oh,
Yeah, you needed to either go above the bug or wait him out. Too early, too early.
Wait long
No.
oh,
Oh, goodness.
okay.
You're not going to have a lot of momentum here.
Oh dear. No.
Yeah, okay. No, you're trying to force
Okay.
that grapple too early. You need to go a little higher. But if you pull away from your grapples, like pull away from the wall after the jump, I think that'll make it a bit easier to get some extra
Right.
grapple jumps in there. It'll be slower because you need more grapple jumps, but you're less likely to get the pull-up animation again. Like it can really mess you up on that stage, right? I have to say, it's kind of wild watching someone play the game differently to the way I would play it. Like, my brain knows what to expect next at every point in this run, because I've done it so many times. So when something unexpected happens, or you do something in a completely different way, or you like, even if you're just not moving the camera the way that I would move it, something in my brain breaks. It's
This is weird and foreign.
yeah, no, it's strange.
This might be another one where the ground pound is necessary at the start, or
Yeah, ground pound at the start is the strat for this one. The only boss fight I don't do a ground pound is World 3 boss fight. You don't do a ground pound on that one. But I could probably experiment with losing the ground pound in World 1 and maybe 2, it looks like. Oh, you're going to end up
towards the
with,
center.
yeah, some rough missile positions. Hold jump if you need more time to position him.
There we go. That's okay.
No, that'll work well. Doesn't really matter which mine you go to next, left or right.
Oy.
Just make sure you're positioning. Yeah, you're too far out to the right.
Oh,
You're gonna make this way too awkward
no.
now. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Oh, he's
Okay.
He broke the other mine with the spin attack. It's alright, this will work out.
There we go. Not too bad.
I think it's because you waited him out at the start. Like, you let him approach you, you need to approach him.
Oh, is that right?
You got cornered.
Okay.
You got stuck at ledge.
Ah, missed it.
You don't need to hit it. It's completely
I
optional
like to try.
if you are going for... Well, we call it late cycle, but it's
Oh, wish me luck.
it's
here.
the any percent cycle, to be honest with you. That was
Ooh,
good.
hit it.
Well done. Oh, don't get jealous. Oh, yeah, jealous here. Oh, we.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
There we
alright,
go.
yeah, no, we're good. You were trying to find a way to throw it, but you saved it.
I find in this stage hitting the igloo kind of near the top is a little finicky to get that burst of speed.
Yep.
But we'll see how we go.
Yeah, you need to do it surprisingly late. That's perfect. Oh, you just
But I missed the
missed the
ground
ground pound.
pound. Oh,
That's alright. Checkpoint saves you. You're not so bad. Even that's pretty
yeah.
good.
And
Yeah,
I missed the.
too early. Too early. No.
No.
Yeah, you need to do it later than you think, right? Because you need to be almost on the complete edge. Oh, you did
That's fine.
a jump because of coyote time there, which was kind of interesting because you changed your momentum a little bit. I'm surprised you were able to make it across with that. This is a surprisingly tricky one.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
jeez.
balloon bounce. Oh dear. That's fine.
So that's interesting to me because you didn't hold jump in the part where I would hold jump, and that was a lot faster because of it.
Yeah.
Like, you actually saved time on the starting strat.
Oh dear. I wanted to go forward a little bit. We'll take that though.
Oh, you're fine. A little bit behind on the cycles, but the balloons will work out for
Oy.
you. Oh, you should have committed. You needed to hold jump and just go across.
Yep. That's okay. Let the bounce off. Still got it there.
Need to hold jump when you're bouncing on those balloons. Otherwise, yeah, your airtime's just not good enough to make any distance, right?
It's a lot of like those little optimizations I need to
Yeah.
focus on for the different levels.
Like holding jump after the grapple jump right there gives you enough height that you don't need a second grapple jump. Actually, I don't mind that. Doing the ground pound before you hit the next area so that you're already slightly higher up and can start grapple jumping straight away. I like that. That works.
That was more of an improvisation thing.
Yeah, no, it felt like you were going the wrong angle completely, but it's an idea that I hadn't considered. That's the exact reason why I grappled to the left instead of the right, by the way, because you can hit the vase. It's funny seeing the reason why I do things a certain way play out in real time. Because like I've made that same mistake before, and I've gone, well, if I just grapple to the left first, then I'll always be in a position where I can't possibly hit the vase.
No.
You're fine. You're
Oh
fine.
no, we're good. We're good.
I hope you're good.
Always a little terrifying getting hit.
You could have not been
So
good for
high.
a second there.
Oh, I hate 3-6. I just have to play it nice and cool. I spent a bit of time on this level, trying to figure out what my best course of action is. Can I recover? Yeah, let's try.
Yeah, admittedly, I played this one a little bit safe, from what I'm told, but I do think this is a potential problem surge, because The
There
hitboxes
we
can
go.
get you. Not so bad. Like, yeah, you had a death there, but you recovered. Alright, let's see. Do you go for main strat at all, or...
No, I don't. I go...
Okay, so you're setting up back up as fast as possible. That's good to know.
Okay, let's try it again.
That looks good to me.
Nice. And let's just play it safe.
Yeah,
Wait for
definitely
this one.
want to wait out a cycle here. Nothing too crazy. Don't love that you have to go for that, but it is what it is. You can actually do a ground pound to make it across and do a grapple jump on the thin platform. It's a little bit more difficult, and it's the reason why I don't go for it, because it creates a potential spot to die after you've already done the skip at the start. But it's possible. You don't need the trampoline. All right.
This one was deceptively tricky, I found. I mean, watching your
Yeah.
streams, this felt pretty easy breezy. And most of it is, but this upcoming set of jumps, it's very easy to go wrong.
Yes, yeah, it's a lot of practice to get this one right. Like, even you just, like, you went too fast to the left right there, and I was already feeling nervous about your strat from the start. Like, it's, yeah, tricky. So right here is the fast cycle that you're doing.
No.
Yeah,
Yep.
tough going. It's the cycle I go for. I don't think anyone else who does this strat goes for this cycle. If you were to wait a half cycle, the same birds that you would grapple to down the bottom would be on the top row. I think I've tried to explain it to you before in these terms. But it means that you can grapple fully horizontal the whole time instead of doing one diagonal grapple at the end. It's probably like a second slower, maybe, but it's a pace breaker for me.
There we go.
Got it. Second attempt's not bad.
Well, I have spent a bit of time practicing this as well.
Yeah, of course.
So. And then over here, I just kind of jump.
Yeah.
This might be a death wish. I don't know.
I've only recently
you
started maneuvering around instead of jumping, because the jump does have, you know, bizarre chances of just sometimes not jumping over the spike. And it's just out of your control. Like, it's one of those things. Like, there's some jank in the game. It's unavoidable. But if you just change up your strats to actually avoid the jank, I suppose, it makes a difference over the course of, you know, however many runs you do. Because I've had it happen, like a death there, maybe once in every, 200 runs kind of thing. It's a very rare thing for it to happen, but now my odds of that happening are 0 instead.
Is there a faster way to go for that ending?
You can actually... Yeah, so the birds trigger based on Sammy's positioning instead of the platforms. So you can get the birds to spawn as soon as possible. And they always line up in the same spots. So you can learn how to do the grapple jumps on the birds and speed up that section by grapple jumping along the way. You didn't need to reset. You were safe.
Oh, dear.
You would have landed back on the other side.
That is true. I find getting the initial...
Yeah, you're too slow.
Initial burst?
Right there. So from that spot, you need to leave even when the wind is still going slightly. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make it in time for that section.
No.
What? You're good, you're good.
Yeah, for a sec there, I thought I didn't make the checkpoint.
The good news is you have passed the halfway point of the run. So 3-8 is the halfway point.
Yep. Which I find to be a little deceptive.
Yeah, so you do skip a number of levels early on.
Oh, no, please! Oh my god. Oh, it's so close.
Very funny. But Worlds 1 and 2, they're very fast, right? All of the long levels sort of happen after this point, I suppose. There are very few short ones from here on out. Like certainly,
Yeah, because you think to yourself, oh, World 3, we're already halfway through.
yeah,
Surely the end of the game is coming up very soon. That's okay.
you also have like a couple of longer boss fights as well. So 3-15 and 4- question mark, question mark, question mark, I suppose. They are longer boss fights compared to World 2. It's sort of a similar length to World 1, but it balances out slightly more towards the back half, I suppose.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, good presence of mind to figure out what cycle you're on.
No, you
Yeah.
damn penguin.
You took the jump a little bit too inwards. You want to stay on that outer layer to avoid the penguin there. It's rough. It's that very specific section was a run killer for me for a little while there. Oh, okay, jumping over is good. Works. You even taking the risky jump that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure which route to take for that aerial.
Yeah. I mean, I do one that's a bit crazier, where I'm trying to do like a ledge jump, which doesn't give me a lot of time to react, just for speed's sake.
Ooh. I find this area very difficult to recover from if I do that. Because the little glaciers don't... whatever. Little glaciers don't spawn until you kind of approach that area.
Yeah, from the checkpoint, if you're going fast, they take their time in spawning, right?
Yeah.
So right now you're good. But I suppose remember, like, they pop up in the water halfway through. Like, they have a hitbox even before they're fully visible, I suppose. So sometimes you can roll into what is going to be an ice block coming out of the water, I suppose, instead of jumping into one that's about to disappear. That's a tough level, though. Got through it okay.
Yeah, I've certainly had worse.
It's, yeah, probably one of the more challenging ones so far. But, you know...
This one, as well, is tricky.
Yeah, I feel like 3-12, 13, and 14 are big tests right on the back part of World 3 here.
Come on, there we go.
Like, you're contending with the ice physics a lot more in these levels as well.
I'd like to turn on the semi-automatic camera here.
Okay,
just to help get the slide.
Interesting, I've never tried it myself. I know that, yeah.
Bugger.
Quill is a big fan of automatic camera. I think he plays with semi-automatic on for most stages, I want to say. I think there's like rare strats where he goes manual. But when he was running the game actively, that's what he would go for. You can save this, well done. Oh, that's a big jump across. You're skipping a platform.
Oh,
It's not,
take it.
Not quite worked out, but you're alive.
Okay. It's just... Oh.
Let's just get on this trapeze. Yeah, you know, we've got checkpoint in sight. Let's... Yeah, alright.
Like nice.
We're safe. We're all good now.
Oh, that's bad timing.
That's
unfortunate.
Put yourself in a rough spot. I know, I would think that semi-automatic would make these curves more difficult because I feel like you have less control over your movement, I suppose. Whereas I manually move the camera and try to keep it smooth with my movements the whole time.
Well, see, right now I'm also using the manual camera.
Yeah, I mean, this
and now you've got me questioning myself.
Bit of pace here, right? Looks good. Second ground pound when you would have landed there would have given you a bit more pace at this ending, but that's worked out well.
Yep, that's all right.
No, I kind of like to like nudge the movement stick on the turns instead of like holding the whole time. It makes it a little bit easier for me to actually move with the camera as opposed to moving with the stick. If that makes sense at all.
Oy. To answer your question, I was too busy focusing to take in your advice.
Yeah, it's all
No,
good.
that's fine.
Probably could have grappled straight into the vine instead of landing there at all. Just hold the jump a little bit more.
Nice.
That was clean. I liked getting on top of the mushroom there. That was nice.
Is there a particular reason we get to the side here? Is it just to get a lot of speed?
A lot of speed. You're never at risk getting hit by the spikes. Like, the hitboxes actually can't reach you from that position. So you just get to go in a full straight line without ever having to jump or slow down. I actually really like the route for this level.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You did make that a little bit more
right there.
difficult for yourself there by doing a single ground pound. So I just need to remember a double ground pound gives you more height. So if you can
Oh, so you'd recommend a double ground pound?
Yeah, if you can weave a ground pound in on hitting the button on the way to that path, the double ground pound is slightly easier just to get that grapple across. Otherwise, you may not end up with the grapple height to get to the second mushroom in some instances. You did spot on there. I can't criticize too much when what you did worked, but it's something that I've found over the course of running the level myself, I suppose. Alright, well you can basically put the controller down for this part, right?
Of course.
That's what I did yesterday.
Any donos to read?
No. Good one.
See, my split time is telling me 37 minutes right now. Feels super deceptive. I'm like, wow, I'm super close to getting like a 50-minute run.
Yeah. You're not too far off. I would say still possible, but you should get hit by this. Why are you running away from it?
Oh, I should?
Yeah, because it
I
cancels
did not know that.
it cancels the attack.
Okay.
You're making the attack last longer by avoiding it.
This is why I come to these streams, to get the S&C tips.
Look, it's still possible for a sub 1 hour at this point. Like, you're doing a lot better than I think even you expected going into this. That being said, World 4 is quite tricky.
There's a bunch of levels I'm not looking forward to.
Ooh, you cut across without waiting for the fire cycle. That was interesting. I don't ever do that myself.
I saw a path, and I decided to take it.
I don't know if that's risky or not. I don't know how to evaluate that without going into game. I always wait out the fire to do a more direct jump, because I worry that I won't get the speed otherwise. But maybe I don't have to. Maybe I'm learning things today.
Ooh.
No. Yeah. Okay, your jump input got eaten there, right? Like, you just bounced, right?
Yep.
That's an example of the jank that can happen.
Yeah.
This stage is notorious for it. It's why I go for a ground pound on the final block instead of landing on it. I don't know what it is, but sometimes when you land at a lower vertical height than where you started, like, you sometimes can get that weird skid. Like, the physics engine doesn't know what to do and just sort of bounces you instead. Yeah, you're a bit too far behind on the cycle now.
Admittedly, I didn't think this would be a problem level.
Oh, you'd be surprised at what random levels end up being problem levels when you're running it. Like, 4-1 is seemingly a very bad level. That's why I do the ground pound there, I swear. The ground pound,
I went for the ground pound, but
timed it too late.
Was a little bit too late, yeah.
Like, I've had multiple world record runs impacted by mistakes on 4-1. when it's
Oh,
a
dear.
very random stage to make mistakes on, right?
Grab the L! Oh.
You got there.
Okay. Going on to our first demonstration of the good old damage boost.
First and probably only, right? I can't
yeah,
imagine you're
I'm
doing
not gonna-
4-14. Just focus on getting a good camera angle for yourself so that you can line this up properly, I suppose. Like, I think it's a bit difficult to see where the circle is from where you currently have the camera. You're relying on
Yeah,
Sammy
that's
instead
true.
of where the circle is. I think the circle is a better indicator.
Ah! Come on. Alright.
That's why I turn the camera to face perpendicular to the platform instead of straight on. That's
Oh,
2. That's
come on.
you need 3 or 4. Now remember, this saves like 40
There
seconds.
we go.
So even though that took a little while, you're still probably saving time.
Which is wild.
Yeah, I mean it's a good strat.
This jump can be a little bit finicky.
Oh,
dear.
I think you're dead. All right,
Yeah.
that's a restart. You went too soon. You needed to hold the wall for a second. Wait for him to do his attack. Perfect.
Yeah, that circle trick, or circle tip. That's very useful. Oh no! Oh,
Yeah.
that's unlucky.
Did you not have enough momentum, or did you just not jump in time? I think you were just late, right?
Yeah, just late. Not quite.
Yeah, you're all over the shop at the moment.
Yeah, World
Perfect.
War's gonna be a
That's-
little bit like that.
Yep.
All right, let's give it another.
I hope the circle helps, because that's, yeah, best way to go. If you're ever unsure about whether you're going to get hit by the lightning or not, just jump off the platform. Sounds bizarre, but like it does work. Oh my god, I've never been hit by the one on the side like that. That's crazy.
Never. Wow.
Never.
I find it's a decently common occurrence. Ah.
Maybe it's because I'm jumping slightly to the left. Like maybe I'm not triggering him. I don't know.
Okay, come on.
All right.
Let's lock in.
Like I'd be jumping off right there. I would think that's a bit sketchy. You just made it with the momentum you had. Yeah,
Again.
the immediate grapple jump's too risky, I'm telling you. You need to do the wall jump.
Okay. I think that was 3.
Yeah, that's 3. That's perfect height. 3 is faster than 4. Obviously a lot more difficult to intentionally go for.
No.
Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing?
We're doing so well.
We thought the damage boost was going to be the problem, but you've been nailing those.
Okay, here we go. I don't think the damage boost in this level is actually that hard to pull off.
No, it's very forgiving. You got very
Okay, come on.
lucky there. I'll explain
I'm gonna
why
take it.
in a second.
Okay. Oh, jeez, I'm sweating a bit.
If part of Sammy's hitbox is not touching the wall, he won't grab the wall properly, which is why you had a very delayed, like, detection on the wall there, because you drifted back inwards. But you initially weren't able to do a wall jump with the position you were
is
in at
that
the
the
start
case?
there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you jumped straight into it. I saw it happening.
All right, let's give that another go.
I am actually not sure if sub hour is possible anymore, but
Well, the goal is 1
hour
hour.
and 15 is definitely within sight.
Okay. This jump right here is also tricky to nail.
Oh, I whiff it all the time.
Yep.
When you had that momentum, you probably should have committed to the cubes instead of the balloon.
Yeah,
Exactly like that. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, I thought I'd get a bit more vertical height.
No. Yeah, as soon as it starts spinning, you wouldn't want to ground pound on that.
There we go.
Alright, that's worked out.
Oh, you are joking me. Probably recover this though.
Well, you're not dead.
There we go.
Has there been anything surprising for you in learning these routes so far, as opposed to having watched them for so long, I suppose?
I think a lot of the tricks are more accessible than they would otherwise seem. Like this boost over here, like that ground pound, I thought would have been real tricky to nail.
No, it's
actually,
very
not too bad.
forgiving. Like you're not even like aiming for a spot in particular. It's just that part of the wall is kind of curved, so long as you're ground pounding along the side of it, you're going to get that boost, right? And they just all seem to line up in a way for you to be able to do that grapple. It's crazy. You hit the
Got hit by
ceiling.
Oh. Okay, we'll try it again. It's always tricky to figure out when I should go out.
I think as soon as you see the bird, you can jump out.
Yeah.
That being said, you're drifting to the right quite a bit. Don't be afraid to go closer to the edge of the wall.
That's
Oh,
fine.
you're doing 4-7?
Yep.
I was curious
hate
if
this
you were
level.
going to deviate from this, because 4-8 is much easier, and it's only 4
wait, no.
seconds slower.
Ah.
And that's if you do this route perfectly.
Oh, really?
4-8 is very consistent and much easier, and I did it for a very long time in my any percent runs. I only recently swapped over.
Yeah.
But it's quite funny. Squid, in his original world record run, ran this level over 4-8. And when I started, I went, that's crazy that he's going for this level. Like, I can get the same time on 4-8. You know, it's so much easier. Like, why would anyone run this level for any percent? And now here I am, like 2 or 3 years later, and I've completely ditched 4-8 in my strats.
Well, I'm sure once you get enough practice, this becomes fairly trivial.
Oh, yes and no. The setup is a little bit tricky on that very first section, I suppose. The end is quite easy. It's just being able to get the grapples and stuff to line up perfectly so that you don't lose time can be tough. Even this stage, like, it's actually surprising how accessible the strats are on this stage, but the execution makes a big difference. Like, you going for teleport there probably doesn't lose you much time at all.
Oy. Okay, we'll take that.
But you can definitely see where the very little execution things like rack up over time on a level like this. I suppose that's why I like these longer levels where it's just consistent play over an extended period. Ooh, saved it. Okay.
Oh my
cool.
god, I cannot believe I'm still alive.
Yeah, that was risky. Don't think you were looking
What?
at... Oh, gee, you went under under the hitbox. That's crazy. What is going on?
Okay, come on, come on. Oh.
Edge of your seat viewing. You're trying to throw it.
Oh, this one also sucks.
Yeah, the wall jumps at the start here are so janky. That was perfect, though. That was so good.
I think I found, like, the wall that I need to go towards.
Yeah,
That's
I
only a
find
very
it's...
recent.
Yeah, I find it's
development.
very... It's much easier if you don't change the camera angle at all. Like, once you lock it in spot, if you just keep the camera where it is and just be consistent with your wall jumps, It's
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you mean.
yeah. Surprising how janky it is. Oh, I'm curious to see how 4-11 goes. 4-11's tough. Have you found your
Okay.
spot? Have you figured it out?
Oh, come on.
Oh man, that looks so smooth.
Ah. Whatever.
I
Take
fully
it
believe that
slow,
was going to be first try, just based on how confidently you took that. Too early.
I mean, how much does this save again? Like a minute?
It's longer than that, I think. I think it's a minute and a half. Perfect! You did the old strat!
Ah!
No!
I thought I was going to make it over.
Was that
Oh.
intentional, or was that just completely random?
That was me just hitting the jump button at what seemed like a good time.
Yep. No, that was Squid's old strat. He would intentionally...
What's the new strat?
Oh, well, you land on the fence and do the jump. That's what I do. But
I see.
this is Squid's old strat, where you time the jump to bounce off the fence, and then you hold jump to basically boost your gravity across. That's crazy. I haven't seen anyone else go for that.
Again, like I saw it in an any percent run, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna learn that.
Yep.
And it took me like an hour to figure it out.
That's, yeah, completely wild. Everyone has their own different way of doing that stage, which I find really interesting. Yoda Cage's strat involves doing a boost and using the bounce pad at the other side of the platform to basically get a second, like, boosted ground pound across to the other side. It's a bit weird to describe it like that, but it's crazy how it works out. We could still sub hour. We're getting there. If we can have a couple of good splits here, we're still on the sub hour train. I think that's coming across.
Oh no. That might have been an early tongue?
Yeah, if you maybe grappled slightly towards the left. I think I make the same mistake all the time though. Too slow, I think. He didn't have enough speed.
I'm gonna give this one more shot, and if this doesn't work, I'll go for the slower strat.
You're making
I
it.
made it. Oh!
Well done.
Is it advisable to go for the reset there? Or is it better to just go through?
I think go through, because you kind of get soft reset in terms of a cycle here when you land on these boxes. Yep. At least I do. I always get soft reset, because I never do like the fast jumps across here. I always wait on this box. So I suppose I soft reset the cycle. Ooh, I'm surprised.
But over here you want to restart.
Yeah, I always restart here. Anytime I don't restart here, I end up dying.
Ooh. Oh, okay, made it.
So I always curve to the right after that trapeze, and then curve back to the left. Kind of puts me in a better spot to do the next jump, I suppose.
No, it's too short.
Oh, you're kidding. That's rough. Yeah, like you're kind of curving back in and trying to do like the slow arc. Like I don't think it matters at all, because you're on the same cycle. So if that works for you, it works for you. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
It feels bad for me. But I'm not the one playing, so I don't think it matters.
Okay, we'll see how I go with this one.
I mean, yeah, there's not really...
not reset.
Yeah, set cycle on your first attempt, and then carries through in every following attempt, so it'll continue when you're going here. So where the fire is positioned, completely up to when you died last attempt.
Which feels really bad sometimes, and other times really good.
There is a checkpoint to the right over there.
Yeah, I'm going to take this.
Okay.
Just to play it safe. Especially with like this section, I don't want to be taking any chances.
I think
did that really well.
Venox was hanging out in my stream at one point, and he said like he was surprised that anyone would ever skip that checkpoint. Like that was one of the
No,
things that's
oh.
really surprised him when he started watching speedruns of how willing everyone was to skip that checkpoint. Because even he thought that this level was utterly insane. And
Well, I mean, it was bound to happen, right?
yeah, I think we've really optimized this level at this point. Like we're doing a lot of cuts. Well, yeah, you're going a little too slow and a little too keen.
That's why I go for the checkpoint.
Like, it's okay to take these cuts, but you need to be confident in your movement when you're doing them. Because if you slow down even slightly, you end up dying like that, yeah. Even if you grab the ledge on those ones, you still end up dying, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you trigger them folding with the grab animation, and then you do a pull-up, go higher, and then have nowhere to land by the time that you actually fall in a position.
Alright, let's go with this.
Alright, nice safety strat. Are we getting across? We are, cool.
And this checkpoint is the one I like. Oh, yeah.
Very good to see it. Hey, that's good luck traditionally.
Good luck, you say?
Yeah, if you get bumped by the balls or bumped by the penguin, that's good luck. That's how it works.
Okay, come on.
Oh.
Okay, we're fine. I've only got, what, 3 minutes to beat 4-15 and question mark?
Yeah, if you have a good split here, you should be right. Ooh, where are you going, though?
Admittedly.
You forgot which boss it was? Which tower?
Yeah, the pathing of 4-15 I haven't practiced a whole bunch. But that was pretty good.
No, that's fine. 18 seconds, completely fine. You're not copying much of a loss there. Definitely within range. If you just avoid bad RNG here, I think this is sub-hour.
My live split has decided that I've already finished. Question mark?
Oh, that sucks. All right, I've got the splits. I mean, you can tab across and go back a split if you need to correct it. Maybe wait until after he does a hit. Just like tab out, tab back in. Oh, he's gone really fast there. Oh, you're dead.
Oh, that felt really bad.
Yeah, reset straight away. Reset. You should have reset.
Oh, really? It's that bad if he goes missile first?
As soon as you see an attack that is not tentacles, you reset.
Okay.
Because he's guaranteed to not do that last attack in the start of the next fight. And it's in a queue. So then it's at 50-50 at the start of the next fight. If he doesn't do tentacles a gang, it's guaranteed on the third attempt.
Does he cross between clockwise, anti-clockwise with this attack?
Yeah, it's not random. It changes depending on how damaged he is.
Oh, hey, buddy.
No okay, missiles is good, yeah. Just got to play it safe. I do think that you're playing a little too close with the missiles here. So if he goes for tentacle, like right now, you're dead. Oh, no. All right.
Ah, that sucks. Oh, that could have been a sub-hour.
Yeah, oh well. But if you had gone for tentacle right then, you would have been too far away. That's what I was going to say. You're dead again. Oh, no. I think
do need to practice this boss a bit more.
Alright, reset.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so from the position that you're in right now, if he were to do missiles, which way do you go?
I'd probably have gone to the right.
Okay, that's correct.
Interesting. Eeh.
Always cross for the larger distance.
Yep.
Because by the time that you're in position here, the missiles shouldn't be able to reach you anymore.
What are you gonna do?
Now, since there are only 2 left here... Okay, well, you're going the long way, but that works. I was going to say, since there are only 2 left, it's always... Oh,
No.
jumping too late. What are we doing here?
We're so close.
Alright, let's...
Oh, I was not ready.
Always play like it's going to be tentacles.
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, you're in a bit of a tough spot here. Might just have to cop it. He might do lasers in between and save you. Move back into position for the other one.
What, more towards the middle, you mean?
Nah,
Oh,
I meant the one to the right that you rolled past. Now your damage points are on opposite sides of the map. End up being slower, and you might even like miss out on a hit potentially.
Let's see.
If he does tentacle like straight away. Well, okay, yeah. Because he has to catch up to you now, right?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Okay.
That's fine.
No, you're right. And roll a little bit further along. Yeah, about here is good. Yep. I think you're moving too soon. You need to wait a little bit. You're dead again. What's happening?
Oh. Always at the end.
When he does missiles, you want to stare him down a little bit. So don't move straight away because the missiles will follow you faster. If you stay in place for a little bit and then start rolling a little bit after the attack started, you will get a little bit more time to react to them. Okay, not quite to that extent, but...
Oy. Come on. No, as if... That's fine, I'll take that. Okay. Yep. Yep.
We're so close to working this out.
Oh no! Oh.
Where are we going?
I was just holding the stick to the left. Nope.
Yeah, I almost wish that this stage was on a perfectly 2D plane. So that you only had to hold left and right and roll around in a circle.
Okay.
I wonder if there's anything like that in the sequel. Where they'll have things mapped to a 2D plane like that. Like, I suppose the example is, like Mario Odyssey.
Nice.
Does that sort of, like, plane swapping pretty frequently. Alright, that was perfect. You waited out exactly the right amount of time. Now, if you just stop right after the fire... Perfect spot.
Okay, this has got to be the one.
Have you got one left? One left. Oh, missile's in a bad spot here, though. You might have to just keep rolling until they run out. Yeah, you're fine. Alright, just play it safe. Okay. Roll a little bit closer to the fire as you go.
Oh. Okay,
and
come on.
Now he's in the perfect spot. Here you go. Alright.
Are you serious? No!
No, it counts, it counts.
Oh, okay.
It counts.
Whew.
Arguably, it doesn't count.
103.
Yeah, what's your exact time on your splitter?
I didn't tab back in to restart it.
Okay. So... I've started mine a little bit late. So, we'll say 103.36 if we retime. No, I started late. 103.35 sounds good. Because it was like a fraction of a second later, I think.
My 4-15 says it finished at 57.15. What does it say for you?
57.15. Like, it's a fraction of a second difference.
Yeah,
like, it's,
cool.
perfectly fine. Alright.
Oh, what a run. Honestly, not too bad. I feel like if I if I start implementing those tactics against the final boss, I could easily shave off like at 10 minutes, right?
It's not quite
That was a
that.
lot of
Your
steps.
your split was 6 minutes 20 for the final boss fight, where it should be in
Okay, it felt
the
longer than that.
minute 45, 2 minute range. I would say that's pretty reasonable. You can even do it like slightly faster than that with good RNG, but that's completely fine. Yeah, look, we learned some of the strats as we went through there. I think that's a very good first run though. For an hour through, I think that's quite good. Like, yeah, you had difficulty with the boss fight and a couple other random levels, but you were looking pretty spot on with some of the more difficult strats. I would maybe go back and look at Squid's run and maybe my first world record as your 2 points of reference for some of the easier strats.
Yeah.
If you do intend on practicing this more after Sunday, completely up to you. But
Well, you did mention that it would be nice if you could get some more competition. I don't know if I could provide the sort of competition because you're at, what was it, 44 minutes for your world record?
My world record is 38 minutes and 25
38
seconds
minutes.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. I was probably thinking of like your former world record or whatever. But oh, that's a time and a half right there.